Hey everyone, I'm Marbozir and welcome to my new Civilization 5 Brave New World series. So, this time I decided to play a civilization that's considered to be weak by many and underrated by others. What is the reality? Well, we'll find out in this game. So that's going to be America, as you can probably already see. I actually really like their unique unit. It's a replacement for a musketman. And the nice thing about it is that it gives you a bonus when fighting in rough terrain, and it earns you points towards Golden Age. So if you can time your warmongering properly and start some major wars around the time you get this unit, it can actually be really damn good. The ability to buy tiles for 50% the usual cost is not that great, but I suppose it can be useful. The B17 is actually quite nice as well. And I really love late game wars, so this should be pretty decent. Anyway, I will be playing with the Tectonic map. This is actually a mod, you will find the link to it in the description below. This creates maps that are based on global tectonics. In practice, that means they are kind of similar to, I don't know, small continents mixed with fractal with more mountains, something like that. I actually changed all the advanced settings to random, because you can randomize a lot of various settings. So you can actually set plate motion, you can set what map type is going to be, you can set how the continents are going to look like. But I randomized all these settings. I have a feeling I'm going to regret that, but what can I say? I like surprises. I even randomized coastal star locations. You can tell the game whether you want them to be coastal or not. So, I will be playing on large map, which is a little bit bigger than usual. I usually play on standard, but I decided that I want a slightly longer game. This is going to be an aggressive domination-oriented game, most likely, so you can expect wars. I will be playing on Deity, as usual, and on epic game pace, also, as usual. I'm also going to use the mod that changes the interface a little bit. That's an enhanced interface mod. Big thanks to Honor for linking that in the comments under one of my videos. I already tested that mod and it's awesome. It does not affect save games, it's an interface only mod. You will find the link also in the description below. It has some really nice features that make your life so much easier.
Welcome, President Washington. You lead the industrious American civilization. Formed in the conflagration of revolution in the 18th century, within 100 years the young nation became embroiled in a terrible civil war that nearly tore the country apart. But it was just a few short years later, in the 20th century, that the United States reached the height of its power, emerging triumphant and mighty from the two terrible wars that...
Alright, so let's get started. And another nice thing about America is that all your military units have +1 sight range, which is quite nice for scouting. It's not a game-defining bonus, but hey, it can be quite useful in the early game. So let's have a look around our starting location. There's no river, which is never a good thing, but we have marble, which might be quite helpful for some early wonders. Marble only affects ancient and classical era wonders, by the way, but it can be quite nice if you want some early game wonders. I think I might settle on spot, or I might move to save the jungle tile. That's actually not a bad idea. I want to be close to the marble, so I'm actually leaning towards moving here. Yes, I think I'll move here. Alright, let's do that. I don't see anything interesting. So that costed me 1 turn, but that's not a big deal. Anyway, this enhanced interface mod, you can probably already notice some differences immediately. So for example, I see my happiness, but I also see how many turns I need to the next golden age, which is this number down here. And once I start my capital, I will see a lot of other things. So I can actually see which technology I'm researching, or the icon for it. I can see how many turns I need for my next policy. And there are a lot of other features that make this mod just awesome. It's not a gameplay changing mod, it only affects the interface. It doesn't affect save games at all. But for example, one of the really awesome things you can do with this, you can hover over any of your cities and you will see which tiles are being worked. There are a lot of small features like this that make your life just so much easier. Another thing that I really like are the queues. So you can do something like this. If you add a few items to the queue, you can move them around just by dragging them. I can drag the scout from top to bottom, I can drag him back up, which is really, really nice. This is so much better than the default queue controls. So I will start with the scout. I'll change my production like this, lock the style, and continue. So, do I need some technologies? Yes, I need calendar. And the tooltips are also part of this mod. So, for example, if you don't remember all the technologies that you need to increase your tile yields, you can see them on the minimap now. On the tooltip, I mean. So, what do we need to research? Well, pottery first, but I'll need calendar after that. So, let's find some ruins. Would be nice, getting something for free, as always. So, I randomized all the advanced settings, which means I have no idea what kind of map this is going to be. It could end up being a small continents type of map, it could end up being a Pangea type of map, or archipelago. As I said, I like surprises, so we'll see. And this is a large map. So that means this is going to be a fairly long game. Which is the whole idea behind picking a large map. Hopefully I'll make use of the B17. Nice, I got an upgrade. So I do have a lot of spices around. That might affect my Pantheon choice. And I also have a lot of bananas around here. These are actually really good tiles. I might make use of my special ability and just buy this tile as soon as I get 35 gold. Probably a good idea, because that's free food. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Another nice thing about this mod is that you get a notification when your border grows. And there's actually a special sound attached. So you absolutely can't miss when your border grows. And this is important because you might want to change your assignments when you get some important tile around one of your cities. There are so many things that make this mod awesome. I can't recommend it enough. If you play a lot of Civilization 5, it's definitely worth looking into. As I said, it does not change the gameplay in any way, and it does not affect save games at all. Alright, natural wonder, but the city-state is going to steal that, unfortunately. Mount Sinai. If I could settle a city before Sidon steals it, that would be great. That would be awesome. With 8 faith. And here's another small thing about the mod. You could see the bonus from the Pantheon for a moment there. I can't see it anymore, apparently. There we go. You can see that you will get +4 faith from one with nature. There are a lot of small things about this mod that give you a lot of useful information that you normally already have access to, but in much less convenient way. So, for example, I will be able to see which missions I have with the city-state. I can also see that the city-state has pearls without actually having to check them, and without having to look at the map. I can see my influence just by hovering over the city. I will see an icon with the mission once there's actually a mission. From what I remember, there will be an icon that's indicating which missions I have with this city, or which quests. Right. If I hurry up, I might actually be able to get this. Seems unlikely though. I could always use a Great General a little bit later to steal this tile. I actually plan using the honor opener in this game, which is viable on DT just fine, but you need to actually take advantage of it in the early game. So you kind of need to go to war to actually take advantage of the honor opener. And the nice thing about honor opener is that you don't have to fill the entire honor tree, and I don't plan filling the entire honor tree. What I usually do is go for warrior code, military tradition and discipline, which are the 3 most important bonuses in the honor tree basically, and then start the tradition. So that means I will probably still get the tradition finisher. And it also means that I can take advantage of which one it was? Yeah, the legalism. Because the 4 free culture buildings that you get can be any culture buildings, not necessarily monuments. So you can get amphitheaters with this if you delay that policy enough. You can even get opera houses with that. So delaying tradition can be quite useful in some situations, or at least you can get an additional extra benefit that will kind of make up for not having that extra growth at the start. Right, let's have a look around. It's always a little bit more optimal to just go with tradition right from the start, but if you don't go with tradition right from the start, you can actually get something extra for that. Another ruin right there. So this maps look interesting so far. And yeah, as I said, the biggest difference between Tectonics and the standard map templates is that you will generally see a lot more mountains with this map. I do actually quite like it, and it doesn't have as many resources as the Comunitas map, because that game that I played on Comunitas map still had a lot of resources around, even though I set them to sparse, which can imbalance the game a little bit. Alright, give me some more ruins. I'm still thinking about this wonder. This is actually a pretty good location for a city. So, on this desert tile, for example, or even right here, this location would be so easy to defend. A city right here on the plains, surrounded by mountains. Good luck taking that city. That city would be borderline impossible to take. I'm actually kind of considering starting a city here. Just check this out. I would have what? 3 fish tiles. I would have wheat. I would have 2 tiles with sheep. I would have the quarry. I would have the oasis. And even if Sidon steals Mount Sinai, I will get more great generals than usual with honor opener. Because first of all, I will get 1 great general for free. But my great general generation will be 50% faster. So I could actually afford using a great general to steal that natural wonder from the city-state, which you can do. You'll just piece it off a little bit. Which might not always be what you want, but it's possible to actually steal tiles from city-states with great generals. Oh, okay, Venice is my neighbor. Well, isn't that convenient? Because they are going to be a pretty easy target for early war. So I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to war with Venice. Not just yet, but once I'm actually ready. There are a lot of hills around the city, but it shouldn't be a huge problem. This is a grassland, which means I could fire from here. Well, I could fire over the hills, because this is a hill as well. There are no forests on those. Alright, I will go with my usual opener, because I don't need to grab more than 1 city. Okay, I was going to buy some tiles. It's probably better to buy the marble, because then I'll get 2 food and 2 gold per turn. So, and yeah, that's the sound that you get when your border expands. So it's pretty much impossible to miss it with this mod. Alright, I'll log this. I could still buy the bananas. I mean, might as well take advantage of my unique ability, right? And there's a barbarian over there. Is there a barbarian? Oh yeah, that's the barbarian camp over here. I will probably wait for a quest from the city-state. If I wait with this wonder a little bit longer, I could get some units from the city-state for my war against Venice. I would have to get at least friendly with them, obviously, but that shouldn't be very hard. If I get a mission for the barbarian camp from Sidon, I'll definitely do that. In fact, I think I'll start moving towards that barbarian camp. Yeah, that's the sound. So you can't miss your border growth. Alright, let's go towards that camp. I'll keep an eye on Venice. I should be able to handle that camp just with the spearmen, just fine. I'll keep this scout around here, just to keep an eye on Venice. Obviously they can't start more cities, but I want to keep an eye on their units and see if they are building up an army. Okay, the barbarian is attacking Sidon. That's a chance to get some influence. I think I'll do that. Yeah, I already have a mission. And as you can see, I have an icon that indicates which mission I have with the city-state on the map, which is quite nice. There are a lot of small changes to the interface with this mod. That's what makes it so good. Alright, let's try to get some experience from that. And some influence. Monument is done. Now I will need a worker unless I decide to steal one. But if I get extra influence with Sidon, it makes no sense losing that influence by stealing a worker. So I'll just need a worker myself, which means I'll get started on that ASAP. That will take a while, so I need to get started now. And yeah, there's one more barbarian. No, did I get rid of that barbarian camp? No, I did not. Bye. So that should give me some influence with the city-state. I should get rid of this barbarian camp, at least before I get my worker. Sounds like a good idea. I should probably just send that scout over there. Funny thing is, I will actually lose some influence with Sidon because I'm trespassing. So that wasn't totally useful. Did I actually get any influence with them? Yeah, I did get 11. Yay. Super useful. Hey, at least I got some experience. So that's not too bad. And the nice thing about Honor Opener and Early War is that you can get a great general before you go to that first war, which can be very helpful, especially against Deity level AI. Alright, so we're going to need mining, because we need masonry to hook up the marble. And I'll also need to chop down the jungle to connect the spices. I hate chopping the jungle, but obviously I don't have a choice when it comes to luxury resources. So first policy, I will unlock Honor. That also means I'll get plus 33% combat bonus against barbarians. And a little bit of culture when I kill barbarians. This can give you a nice boost to allow you to unlock tradition a little bit faster than you would usually be able to by taking something like, I don't know, 3 policies in piety, which I don't know why anyone would do that, but it's actually a viable opener to go for Mandate of Heaven. No, not this one. That was... yeah, this one. Theocracy. Which makes temples increase your gold output by 25%. And also the policy that increases the construction speed of temples. Which one was it? I think that was the opener, yeah. So if you get the opener in piety and then go get theocracy, which requires 2 policies, and then start unlocking tradition, that's much more viable than actually going for entire piety tree. You also get plus 1 faith from shrines and temples, obviously. I won't be doing that though. I'm already going for honor. That doesn't change the fact that piety is by far the worst opener. Liberty and honor can work just fine, although they are a lot more situational. The thing about tradition is that tradition is always good no matter what, and there are no bad policies in tradition, and some are just ridiculously good. So for example, aristocracy. Not only you get plus 15% production when building wonders, all wonders, you also get extra happiness, and considering the production bonus stacks additively in the game, this 15% bonus is actually worth a lot. Especially in the later game, when you have a lot of bonuses. So without that 15% bonus, that bonus makes a huge difference on Deity in particular, because on Deity you have to really go for specific wonders if you want to get them. You probably saw what I had to do to get Hubble Space Telescope in my previous game. I used 4 or 5 cargo ships to send production to my city, and I'm pretty sure Rome was close to beating me to Hubble Space Telescope. Alright, population 4. I have to finish that worker still. This goes here. Alright, next. So let's get rid of that barbarian camp. Hopefully I'll get a quest from Sidon for the other one. There we go, Sidon targets encampment. Which one? What? Oh, this one? Oh, great. I won't get that one, because it's on the other side of the mountain. So that's not going to happen. I'm still going to destroy this. If only for the extra culture, but also to prevent them from spawning extra barbarians. The extra culture is quite nice. At least it will allow me to unlock tradition a little bit faster than I normally would. I will try to time my war around the time I get mathematics. So I don't need to have catapults immediately when I declare war, but I need to be close to getting catapults. I can always send them in a little bit later, once I get rid of the city's defenses. So let's attack this guy. I got a promotion. Survivalism 1 will be helpful, I suppose. Well, not heal instantly, obviously. I don't really need extra visibility range, although it's not bad. Nah, let's get survivalism. I don't want to lose that scout just yet. I still need to explore south. I'll do that in just a moment. I can't really explore north anymore until I take Venice. Venice is a pretty good city, obviously. So, promotion. That's going to be Jill 1, but that's not super useful against this guy because he's standing on grasslands. Alright, archery. I'm going to need some units. I'll start building some archers and then upgrade them to composite bowmen once I get construction. I will go for early construction. I will possibly delay my National College until I take Venice. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'll have to take Venice to make my slightly modified technology route worth it. If you go for early military technologies, you kind of have to take some city to make it worth your time. No, I'm not going to sell embassy for gold. Because what I'm basically doing is not getting my own settlers in exchange for building up an army very early and to take a city. So I'm giving up a settler in exchange for a few units that will hopefully be able to take a city. Which effectively means you get a city, just not by building a settler, but by getting some units. So I can afford settling one less city than I usually would, if that makes sense. Right now, if I wasn't going for a slightly more aggressive opener, I would be focusing on settling 3, maybe 4 cities. Which is the best opener, especially with tradition. So let's get that flanking bonus, because why not? The faster I kill this, the better. I don't remember the exact culture that you get for killing barbarians with honor. I haven't played honor in a while. I got +7 culture. That's not too bad. That's what? 2 turns worth of culture at this stage of the game? So I'll grab warrior code, which will immediately give me a great general. That's awesome. Hernan Cortes, American great general. Sounds legit. But this is awesome because I'll have great general against Venice immediately. And I'll get my second great general very quickly because of the +50% bonus. Let's check this. Nothing here. Alright, now I can explore south, but I will still get rid of this camp. There's a city-state to the south. I should have made contact with that a little bit earlier. But better late than never, right? 6 more turns for that worker. I have to grab that worker. So that will take a while, but it's necessary. Let's go here. You don't have to steal a worker from the city-state on Deity. You can play just fine without doing that. Oh, another ruin. Nice. Let's grab that then. And I have a quest. From this city-state. Okay, that's a cultured city-state. Let's grab the ruin first. And I'll get rid of the barbarian camp after that. Alright, great library on turn 46 on epic speed. So, what's next? I kind of need to see iron on the map. And I'll need some spearmen. So I'll grab bronze working. And then probably go for construction. Actually, it might make sense to get masonry first, because I'm about to get my worker. And I need masonry. No, I don't need masonry to remove jungle. I need bronze working to remove jungle. But I need masonry to construct a quarry. So it doesn't really matter what I'm going to research first. I think I'll research bronze working first, because then I'll be able to remove the jungle, and I will also reveal iron on the map. So that's going to be more useful. That worker will be slightly unemployed at first. I could chop a forest to speed something up. +60 gold, nice. Okay, that's actually very nice. Let's attack this, heal back to full. I could buy more tiles, but I think I'll wait. I might save my money to buy some units. I could buy a catapult instantly after researching mathematics. I plan to declare war as soon as I get some archers. At least 2 archers before I declare war would be best. Classical era. I also need to find other civilizations because I don't have any trading partners yet. Let's try to go through here. Okay, there's nothing over there. This looks like small continents type of map. At least sea level seems to be pretty high. Remember, I randomized all the advanced settings. So I have no idea what advanced settings this map uses. It does look like there are a lot of seas, so I like that. Alright, let's get out of here. And now I should be able to get at least friendly with Sidon easily. There's the worker. So what I could do is chop the shrine, for example. I want to get my Pantheon. I have 0 faith right now. I think I'll chop the shrine just to speed it up a bit. I only have 2 tiles with forest near Washington, so I need to be careful. I got a lot of jungle near Washington. I could actually use that for my Pantheon, which is not a terrible idea. If I actually manage to actually get a Pantheon, which is not necessarily guaranteed on Deity. I will miss out on the Pantheon if I don't get it fast enough. I have to get it before AIs enhance their religion. Which can actually happen pretty early in the game. Sometimes, if you get unlucky. But hopefully not, because this is a large map. Which doesn't actually matter much, but whatever. Alright, let's get that flanking bonus. And start attacking him, I suppose. So, 2 more turns before the city grows. Which tiles do I want to work? And yeah, with this mod I don't even have to go into the city to check which tiles I'm working. Again, I can just hover over the city and see it that way. I can also see that my borders will grow in 2 turns, which is awesome. I just love this mod. It makes your life so much easier. Again, if you play a lot of Civilization 5, I highly recommend this mod. The link will be somewhere in the description below. How many turns? 1 more turn to chop that down, which means I can do it on this turn, like so. Okay, nice, plus 30 hammers, that's pretty good. Alright, let's kill this guy. Stonehenge was gone, I think. Yep, not very surprising, I suppose. 2 more turns for that shrine. I need to secure my Pantheon ASAP. So, drill 2 or cover 1? I think cover 1 is going to be more useful because I will be using this spearman against Venice. And this spearman is my upgraded scout, isn't it? I think so? No, he was my upgraded warrior. My scout is right here. What am I talking about? So the camp is gone. That gives me plus 30 with Sidon, or at least it should on the next turn. Oh yeah, I could actually construct a farm over here. But I'm about to get bronze working. I'll just get ready to connect spices. I can't do it right now because I need to be able to remove the jungle first. So that will require bronze working first. Wait, did I actually research calendar? Yes, I did. I was confused for a moment. So I'll just wait on that tile. Let's go back home. Any other barbarian comes? Just the one on the other side of the mountains, which means I can't do anything about that one. Alright, let's get started on the actual military. I'll need, I would say, at least 3 archers and at least 1 catapult. It's going to depend on what the combat strength of Venice is going to be. So we'll see about that. But I'll definitely need at least 3 archers, I'd say. Let's kill something up. So construction is going to be next. And I'll also need mathematics. I could get mathematics before construction? No. Actually, well, yeah, I can. I can get that a little bit earlier. So I might go for construction first, for mathematics first. It doesn't matter all that much. My plan is to declare war as soon as I finish researching both. So I want to have both mathematics and construction. So it's mostly a question of which I want first. which doesn't matter all that much. I will finish bronze working, then get masonry, and then grab the wheel. And animal husbandry, obviously. I don't need trapping yet, do I? Nope, I don't. Alright. Declaration of friendship. No, not really. I have other plans for you. No river next to Venice, unfortunately, but there's a river over here. I'm checking for potential city locations. This would be a fairly decent city. I could also start a coastal city on the east coast. There's some iron. Yeah, okay, I'll have to start a city somewhere around here to grab the iron and to grab all the spices. That might be my second city, actually. Seems like a pretty good location. Okay, 20 turns to construct a plantation. That will take a while. No, not interested. Well, actually, I could sell that embassy for 1 gold per turn. I already know where he is, so I don't really care. And I plan to conquer him. I'm actually going to sell that for 1 gold per turn. So here you go. He knows where my capital is as well, so military tradition. So now I'll have 50% experience bonus for my first war, which is going to be awesome. He just entered classical era right now. That's a little bit late, actually. Some other AIs were already in classical era. Oh, and another nice thing about this mod is this. If you hover over any city that belongs to the AI, you can see all kinds of information about that AI that you can normally find through these screens. So once someone builds some wonders, I will actually be able to see those wonders on the tooltip. This is all information that you have access to through this screen, for example. But I don't have to go there. I can see that he's in classical era on the tooltip. I can also see which luxuries he has. I can see which trades are possible. I can see which policies he has. So this just makes our information more convenient to reach. But this doesn't tell you anything that you don't already have access to without mods. None of this information is new, it's just more conveniently placed on the interface. Alright, well, I need to heal these guys up. I'll just move him towards Venice. And I think this is a good moment to finish the first part, so I'm going to finish it here and continue in next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.